you're a professional?
Are you?
That's it, Clark. Show 'em who's boss.
Oh, we're all in this together.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the Clark Griswold YouTube channel. I am Mr. Clark Griswold, and if you are a first timer to this channel, then welcome. I'm happy to have you here as well. Okay, so guys, we're going to go over our April 21st list for Thursday. It is a fairly extensive list. So we'll jump right into it. I just want to say, if you guys have not subscribed yet, you can do so down below. You can click the subscribe button, or you can tap on this little icon here with my face on it. That'll also help you subscribe. And when you do that, click the bell. The bell gives you notifications for when I send out videos just like this one. I also send out top 5 videos, learning tools like the 30 and 30 plays. If you guys don't know what a 30 and 30 is, you need to go watch those videos. It's a super powerful trading strategy under the Strat platform, okay? So go check those out as well. You can also follow me on Twitter at Mr. Clark Griswold. You can comment there, DM me there. I get back to you guys usually within the same day. You can do the same thing down below in any of my videos, and I will get back to you guys, okay? And again, if you like the video, please make sure you give me a thumbs up. And if throughout the video you think it sucks, give me a thumbs down, but let me know why so I can help improve the videos for you guys. That's why I'm here. I'm here to help you guys become better traders, and one of the things I love to see is when you guys send me messages saying, thank you, thanks Clark, I made X amount, or I made this much profit on a play, or I was in on this play and it worked out. I really like to see that. I want to see you guys win. I want to see everybody win, and everybody within the Strat family and umbrella should want to see everybody win. We should all want to win. We should all want everybody else to win. Be grateful for what you have, and be appreciative for what you have, and you know, be happy for other people winning. It's contagious, okay? So let's get started. The first one we're going to go through is SPY. Okay, SPY had a 2-up, and there is a ton of these today, guys. These 2-ups that finished red, so that's what a lot of the plays are going to be. So we're basically, tomorrow, we're looking for 2-2 reversals, meaning 2 up, 2 down reversals. This is our trigger here at 443.49. For put options, I would not recommend shorting this stock. The green line is our target, and we're just taking the lows of the wicks of the previous candles, okay? So here, and then we can go back further on to find other ones. Next up, we've got Apple. Apple, I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. Apple again, 2 up that finished red, puts at 166.12, and then just, it's simple enough, these green lines, I'm just going to move this one back. These green lines are our targets, and you can call them targets, you can call it magnitude, you can call it pivot points, they all mean the same thing. This is where the bulls have their stop losses, and these tops of wicks are where the bears have their stop losses. Okay, so AMD is next, and I will tell you, SPY, Apple, and AMD, after the first little morning run, those are 3 of the ones I watch the closest. SPY, Apple, AMD, Neo, Lucid is on there, QQQ. They tend to be very liquid and easy to trade during the day. Okay, so again, next up is AMD. Again, same scenario. 2 up that finished red. We can take puts at 93.21. Lucid has a 3-1 setup. So a 3 bar, meaning we break the high and the low of the previous candle. A 1 bar, an inside bar, meaning we stay within the range of the previous candle, so we don't break the high or the low. And these 3-1 setups, guys, if you're watching the video for the first time, or you haven't heard me talk about it, it's a very rare pattern, and it's a super, super powerful pattern. Okay, so the 1 bar shows consolidation in a stock. Okay, so it's acting like a spring, getting spring loaded, getting ready to explode into one direction or the other, and you can see we did that here, okay? Here, we did it down, and then we came back up. So even inside bars are super, super, super powerful. Okay, and I'm just going to go back in time and see the last time on Lucid. Here was the last time we had a 3-1. Okay, so we opened up here, and look at the run we go on with Lucid. Okay, this was for 3 days we trended down. It's they don't always do that, or they're not always that great of a play, but for the majority of the time, if we're looking at probabilities, they are a very good play, a very good setup. Here's another one, 3-1, and look, we trend down, and this again would have been a big win on those 3-1 setups. So when I do these top 5 videos, I can promise you those 3-1 setups will always be on there, okay? So if you're looking, look for the 3-1 setups. Okay, same thing with inside bars. Look for those inside bar setups. Next up, we've got Twitter. Twitter has a double. So we had a 3-1, just like I told you, but we stayed within the range of this inside bar candle, so we didn't really move. There was no trigger. Now, I will tell you, I lost on Twitter today because I tried to front run this, and I ended up taking a 15% loss on it. Everybody has losses, okay? And if people tell you they don't, they're lying to you. This, I probably got in somewhere around here because I saw it trending down, and I did try and front run it. I didn't follow my rules, and I lost 15%. And if I wouldn't have gotten in that trade, it never would have triggered for me to enter into it. So let's look for this tomorrow. We've got a double inside bar. Again, a very, very rare pattern. We're consolidating for 2 straight days, and we are getting ready to explode in one direction or the other. So we can take calls at 47.11 or puts at 45.01. Next up, Citigroup has a 2 up that finished red. We also had the inside bar here, so this is what's called a rev strat. When we have an inside bar, we go in one direction. The next bar tends to reverse in the opposite direction. So let's look for that on Citigroup tomorrow with puts at 52.90. American Airlines, again, 2 up that finished red, and then we have this shooter candle. There's a couple things here, okay? Number 1, we had a 2 up that finished red, okay? Failed 2. Number 2, we have a shooter candle. It's a bearish pattern, okay? So those are 2 things going for us. So on this, we're going to look for puts. Oh, the other thing that we have here is the broadening formation. So we've tagged this broadening formation 1, 2, 3 times. At some point, we're either going to shoot up through it or we're going to reverse back down to the bottom of the broadening formation. So let's look at this tomorrow. We can take puts on it at $19.47. Airbnb, outside bar, time frame to the downside. This indicator you can find in your indicators tab. Type in time frame continuity, and the author is Board Rider B. Okay, so outside bar, we take the break of the high or the low of the candle. For this one, because we've got time frame here, I'm going to just say we're going to go look for the downside on this. Okay, so I'm only playing the downside on Airbnb if this is what you guys are looking at tomorrow. It's a long way for it to come back up through here. So if it comes back in the morning, in the first couple hours, I would be surprised. But we can take puts on this at 164.29 for Airbnb. The other thing, another reason I want to look at it as such as just the downside, we have a 2, 3, and I'm going to look for a 2 reversal on that, okay? So a 2 up, followed by a 3 bar, and then we're going to look for a 2 down. 2, 3, 2 reversal. It's a strat combo. And you can find that strat combo sheet if you go to Sarah Strat Sniper's Twitter page. I'm sure she's got it pinned at the top, but you can see all the different combos there. Okay, Boeing usually has a higher premium, so I don't usually have this on here, but we do have an inside bar for Boeing. 187.36 calls, puts at 182.85. BAC is Bank of America. Again, 2 up, finish red. We're going to look for puts at 39.58. And I said there are a lot of these reversal setups. Here's another one with CCL. We've got a shooter candle here. And we can look for puts on this one at 19.60 for CCL. Chewy, inside bar, and it's a fat inside bar. So your magnitude or your targets are short-lived here on the first ones anyways. But we can look at it. We've got time frame continuity to the downside on all time frames. So we can look for puts at 39.56, put or calls at 42.34. That's on Chewy. Inside bar on Comcast. Comcast 48.06 calls, 47.34 puts. CVX has a inside bar, so we can take calls on 137.56, puts at 171.47, and you can see on this inside bar, we ran up. This inside bar, we ran down, and then came back up. This inside bar, really nice gain. So that's why I like inside bars, guys. They show consolidation, and they're spring-loaded. It's a tightening range. And at some point, it's got to go either up or down, and that's really why I like playing them. And I just became really successful at option plays when I started just looking at inside bars, and then I progressed from there. So learn one thing: get good at really one good at one thing. Really good at one thing, man. Good at really one. Holy smokes! I'm gonna stop talking. D-Dog, get really good at one thing is what I'm trying to say. Whether that's inside bars, outside bars, reversals, 30 and 30 reversals, whichever. Concentrate on one thing and then move on to the next thing as you get a handle. You don't want to get overwhelmed. Inside bar on Datadog, calls at 138.69, puts at 130.22, full time frame to the downside on D-Dog. Okay, Ford is up next, 2 down, finished red, shooter candle. I'm going to move this trigger point down just a tad. We can trigger and take the play at $16 for puts and targets at $15.74 with the green lines, as I showed you before. Another 2 up that finished red for the IWM, I Russell Shares 2000 ETF. Puts at 201.80 on that one. JP Morgan, 2 up, finished red. Call that a shooter candle. We can look for puts at 131.36. Lyft, 2 up, finished red. Puts at 35.61. Macy's, 2 up, finished red. Puts at 26.40. And guys, I get a bunch of questions all the time about just different trading signals. And when you simplify, I had one lady tell me that she's getting rid of all her indicators and she's just looking at the strat. And I basically told her, when you simplify trading becomes simplified, and it's as simple as that. This strategy, the strat created by Rob Smith, is the easiest strategy you guys will come across. The candlesticks tell you exactly what to do, okay? And if we look at Microsoft right here, we had a 2 up that finished red. Probabilities tell us that it's likely to come down, okay? So we can get in on this play as soon as we break that trigger at 285.46. And the next candle tells you where to take your profit. Right there, bottom of the wick. And again, I'll always tell you guys, if you get in this range and you've only got 1-2 contracts and you're up 20%, don't be scared to take that profit. Because sometimes we don't hit targets and we reverse back up, and you might get out of the trade. If this is your stop loss once you trigger, you might get out with nothing or a small loss, okay? So make sure you guys are taking some semblance of profit. And if you have a bunch of contracts, again, don't be scared to take profit at 20-25% and leave some on until you hit those targets. Okay, MU is up next. Again, the candles are telling us what to do. We have a 2 up that finished red. Okay, we have a shooter candle. And we take this trigger at 72.88 and we have a target right here. Okay, the bottom of this wick. So the candlesticks, again, they tell us what to do. So Netflix, I wasn't going to put this one on here. They had a pretty good drop because of their earnings. This is a 2 down. This gap at some point is going to get filled. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow, but we can look for a reversal to the upside, possibly on this. I'm not going to say yes or no to it, but if we do break this tomorrow, it might be a good opportunity to take some calls on it at 249.34, okay? And I don't care when I'm talking to you guys about 2 downs finishing green or 2 ups like this one finishing red. It doesn't really matter what the color is. You can still reverse. If this is green, if this is red, if this is a 2 down red, we can still reverse on this and have a winning trade despite the color of this. Color doesn't matter. It's just showing us a higher probability if it's green, okay? Because it's showing a trend back up. Doesn't mean it's going to trend back up, but probabilities show us that it's, again, probable. Okay, so next up we have Nike 2 Up that finished red. And here's a perfect example. I guess it's not. Never mind. So we have a 2 Up to finish red. We're going to look for puts at 135.65. And again, we can use this as an example. Just because this is red, it does not mean that we are going to continue downwards. We could very well open up and continue upwards with Nike. The color doesn't really matter. It just gives us a higher probability. Okay, Palantir, 2 Up to finish red. We can take puts at 12.74. Plug Power, inside bar. We can take calls at 28.24, puts at 26.59. This one's tough because we are so close to our first target right here. We might have some issues that we run into, okay? So a lot of times we hit targets and then start reversing. So that's the only thing I would caution you guys there on plug. QQQ has a 2 Up that finished red. We can take puts at 339.98. Roku, 2 down that finished green. We can look for a reversal to the upside. We are also tagging this broadening formation all the way. Okay, so let's look for calls at 114.05. Starbucks, inside bar, calls at 81.51, puts at 80.01. Uber, 2 Up red, puts at 33.18. XEL, 2 Up finished red. Let's look for puts on that one at 75.13. And guys, that's the list. Good luck tomorrow. I hope you guys had a great trading day on Wednesday. And again, good luck tomorrow. If you guys like the video, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, follow me on Twitter, and we will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.